Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside Admission at Wilmington College. I'm Danny Harp. I serve as the Associate Director of Admission. And joining me today is my colleague, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself.
My name is Jessie. I'm an admission counselor as well.
Very good. And Jessie, if you could tell our audience what academic areas do you represent as an admission counselor?
Absolutely. I work with the academic areas of education, humanities, and the social sciences.
Very good. So here at Wilmington College, we're a little unique, whereas most colleges and universities have their admission counselors assigned geographically. Our admission counselors are assigned academically. So if a student expresses a particular interest in a particular academic area, that typically will indicate to us who they are assigned to, so the admission counselor can speak directly and specifically to that particular academic interest, which I think serves the student well. Jessie, tell our audience a little bit about how you think that serves the student well as far as getting them the information they need.
Yeah, I think having a counselor who's specific in that academic area is fantastic, because not only do we get time to work with those faculty members specifically in learning things and details about the program, but you also have a one-point person that you're going to the whole time who is willing to answer any questions you have about the program as well.
Very good. Now you mentioned humanities, okay, it's in general terms.
Yep.
What specifically for our audience can you tell them in regard to what falls within that area of humanities?
So the majors that fall under humanities is history, religion and philosophy, English, and Spanish.
Very good. Great programs in all of those areas.
Absolutely.
And I know you've mentioned several academic areas. What are some highlights academically, learning experience that you could share with our audience as far as some of those areas you've mentioned?
Yeah, so with all of the academic areas I mentioned, we're very, very hands-on, getting you in a classroom for education, specifically all 4 years that you're on campus. For humanities, getting you out and seeing different things in terms of theater productions and different museums, writing, things like that. Even in the social science, getting you out, working with local members who are a part of that community as well, so you can see it from the very beginning.
Very good. And one of the things, Jessie, and I would certainly want to emphasize is that whole hands-on or experiential learning for all of these academic areas, whether it's the areas Jessie has mentioned or the other areas that we have available here at Wilmington College, for a couple of reasons. We get students out into the field that they're looking at working in for a career. And that does a couple of things. Lets them know very quickly that, yes, this is what I want to do the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
Or very quickly, I have no
idea.
Yeah, I think I want to change majors, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Jessie, if you could, tell me a little bit about your working relationship with faculty. How do you glean information from them? How do they share the information with you? And then what do you do with that information once you have it at your desk as an admission counselor?
Absolutely. So it starts from the very beginning for me. I'll be walking across campus and I'll run into any of the faculty members and just say hi, and that's kind of where we catch up to begin with. In the pandemic year, we did a lot of Zooms together of talking about what's going on in the program, where are students landing, jobs, things like that, what internships are going on, and as well as working with program days and bringing them in, getting to learn. And then once I get the information, I'm passing that off to the students who are currently looking at the programs. That way they have the best idea of what the program's going to look like for them.
Okay, very good. And Jessie and I certainly would want you to know that if you come to Wilmington or express an interest in Wilmington and you are undecided, we'll still work with you, right?
Absolutely.
And really, one of the things I would want you to know as you're considering coming to Wilmington College or just considering college in general, if you're undecided, that's okay. A good college or university is going to help you with determining what interest you have, maybe introduce you to a class or two your first or second semester to kind of give you that experience to learn about the various areas and then perhaps to hone in on an area that you want to pursue for a major or for a minor for that matter.
I get a lot of students who are undecided as well, and so really pinpointing what their interests are from the beginning. And I might have a student come to me and say, I really love sports and I really love business. Well, they might not be my student once they apply, but making sure I introduce a Danny or a Steve or another counselor that they might be working with from the beginning makes the process a little easy as well.
Perfect. And Jessie, I know you're not new to Wilmington College by any means, but you're new. You're within your first recruitment cycle here at Wilmington College. What is it that you're enjoying the most about working with the students that you are?
I love helping students find a home. Sorry, there's a bug around my head. Helping students find a home, finding where they best fit, finding the place where they're going to be comfortable all 4 years that they're here. That was one thing that resonated with me when I was looking for college. for a college, and so finding somewhere where they're going to be happy no matter what they're doing.
Okay, great. And I can speak for Jessie and tell you Jessie will take great care of you should you land in her hands to serve you as an admission counselor. And on behalf of Jessie and I, really our entire Wilmington College family, thank you for joining us for another episode of Inside Admission at Wilmington College. We look forward to seeing you next week. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking to Steve. I'm going to be talking to Jenny. Jenny's actually going to interview me in regard to my academic areas. We're going to be talking about academic areas and some of the highlights from each. So again, be sure to join us over the next couple of weeks. We'll see you then.